Good morning to everybody. Today we will discuss about amplitude modulation. Next. We have already discussed about the communication systems in which it is a link between the source and the destination. So we have also discussed about the modulation. In the modulation, the amplitude, frequency or phase of the carrier changes according to modulated signal. If the amplitude of the carrier changes in accordance with the modulating signal, then it is called amplitude modulation. If the frequency of the carrier changes in accordance with the modulating signal, then it is called frequency modulation. And if phase of the carrier changes, then we say that it is phase modulation. So here you see that what we have discussed, that in modulation process, some characteristics of the high frequency carrier signal is changed according to instantaneous amplitude of the information, that is baseband signal. Now we will discuss why we need modulation. That is the necessity. Why we need modulation? We know that modulation is a process in which the amplitude, frequency and phase changes according to the modulating signal. But why we do that? What is the requirement? So the need is that the height of the antenna increases. If we use only the baseband signal, then the height of the antenna will be too high, because the antenna height depends upon the frequency of the signal. So if we will use modulate it with a carrier signal, then the carrier frequency will be high, and accordingly the antenna height will be reduced according to the formula F is equal to C by lambda. Then second one is avoid mixing of signals. We can send number of signals in a common channel. So if we will modulate the baseband signal, number of baseband signals in different carrier signals, we can send number of signals in a common channel, so that there will be no mixing of signals. Third one, increases the range of communication. What is that? The baseband signal cannot be sent to a longer distance. But if we send through a high frequency carrier, then it can be transmitted to a longer distance. Next is multiplexing. Number of signals can be transmitted in a common channel. We can different baseband signals can be transmitted in a common channel. Next is improve the quality of receptions. Reception quality is also improved. Whenever we send a signal to a long distance, then there are number of noises are there. So by using modulation, we can increase the quality of reception. So these are the need of the modulations. Next, we will discuss the different types of communication systems. We discussed about modulation. We discussed about the need of modulation. So what are the different types of modulation? So in order to discuss all these type of modulation, we should classify the modulation systems. Number one, analog communication systems, and number two, digital communication system. In analog communication systems, we have two types of modulation. One is amplitude modulation and the second is angle modulation. Amplitude modulation and the second one is angle modulation. Again, angle modulation is divided into two parts. One is frequency modulation and other is phase modulation. Amplitude modulation, what is the definition of amplitude modulation? We have already discussed about what is modulation. What is modulation? Now, that amplitude, frequency or phase of the carrier frequency changes according to the modulating signal. This is modulation, general modulation. It may be amplitude, it may be frequency or it may be phase. But in case of amplitude modulation, the amplitude of the carrier changes. The amplitude, there are three parameters: amplitude, frequency, and phase. Out of three, only the amplitude of the carrier frequency will be changed according to the modulating signal. You see here, the amplitude of the high frequency carrier, amplitude. It is not frequency and phase. The amplitude of the high frequency carrier changes, that is varies according to the instantaneous amplitude of the modulating signal mt. Next. Now you see various type of signals. The information signal varies the instantaneous amplitude of the carrier. Which is information signal? This one is the information signal. This information signal varies. Information signal it varies. This information varies according to the instantaneous amplitude of the varies. The information signal varies. The instantaneous amplitude of the carrier changes. Amplitude of the carrier. What will be changed? Amplitude. The amplitude of the carrier changes according to the instantaneous value of the modulating signal. So here you see that this is the modulating signal, this is the carrier signal. The carrier signal, because the frequency is very high. Modulating signal, only one cycle we have taken. But there are number of cycles. So because the carrier signal has high frequency. And here we have modulated the carrier frequency amplitude. Here the amplitude is here, but here the amplitude varies. Here again amplitude varies. Again it decreases. Because the amplitude increases and decreases of the carrier. This is done according to the modulating signal. When the modulating amplitude increases, the carrier amplitude increases. When the modulating amplitude decreases, the carrier amplitude decreases. So the basic amplitude modulation system is there. There is a modulating signal, there is a carrier signal, and this is the modulated signal. The carrier signal amplitude changes. The carrier to the modulated signal according to modulated signal. So this is the equation of amplitude modulation. The carrier signal is the cos, it is the sinusoidal signal, cos omega ct. We can write also a cos am modulating signal. AC, this is the carrier cos omega ct. Omega c for this is for carrier. And you can write the amplitude AC. You can also write AC. Here we have shown the amplitude 1, but we can show it. We can write AC cos omega ct. AM here also. So after modulation, the AM signal, AM amplitude is the signal for amplitude modulation will be AC plus 1 AC plus MT plus 2 pi FC. Because this is the amplitude, this is the amplitude part, this is cos 2 pi FC, this is the carrier, and this is the amplitude part of the modulated signal. AC plus 1 plus MT, this is the amplitude part, and this is the cos omega ct amplitude. This amplitude varies. AC is fixed carrier signal, and accordingly it is varies. So there is 1 plus AC plus MT. This is the MT is varying. So the total amplitude modulated signal is AC plus MT cos omega ct. Next. Then we will discuss the modulation index. This is the ratio between the amplitude of the modulating signal and carrier signals. And this is expressed by modulation index equal to AM by AC. A is what is A? A is amplitude of the modulating signal, and AC is the amplitude of the carrier signal. So modulation index, this is defined as AM by AC. That is carrier modulating signal amplitude by carrier amplitude. AM by AC. And this modulating signal should be modulated maximum, it should be 1. Modulating signal should be maximum 1. And normally it is below 1, and we generally use in our modulation system 30% modulation system, and it cannot be greater than 1. If it will be greater than 1, then there will be over modulation. This is the picture for greater than 1, over modulation. This is the over modulation system, and if the modulation index is greater than 1, then there will be over modulation. Okay. Where number of frequencies are there, number of modulating frequencies are there, then we have discussed that AM is equal to AM by AC, amplitude of the modulating signal by amplitude of the carrier signal. Where there are number of modulating signals, then for number of modulating signal of different frequency, then M is equal to M1 square, M2 square, root over. Number of signals, M1, M2, M3, number of signals, root over. Then we will discuss about the side bands. What are side bands? We have discussed that there is a carrier frequency. That carrier frequency, it has frequency omega c or fc, and there is a modulating signal omega n, and wherever it is modulated, and after amplitude modulation, it generates 3 signals, 3 parameters. Number 1 is carrier frequency, 1 is upper side, and another is lower side. 3 frequency components are there. One is carrier frequency and frequency omega c and amplitude A. Another is called upper side omega c plus omega A, having amplitude M A by 2. M is what is A? M is the modulation index. M A by 2. Similarly, there is a lower side, that is omega c minus omega A, having amplitude M A by 2. Next. This is the frequency spectrum. This is the frequency spectrum of modulated signal. Here in the x-axis there is omega, that is frequency, and the y-axis there is amplitude. This is the frequency domain analysis we are doing, because we know that after amplitude modulation it generates three signals, that is one is carrier signal, one is carrier component, and there is the upper sideband component, there is a lower sideband component. And if we consider its frequency spectrum, then there are three frequencies. One is omega c, that is the carrier frequency having amplitude A. You see the amplitude is A, and similarly there is upper sideband omega c plus omega A, and there is a lower sideband omega c minus omega A. So there are two sidebands and one is carrier. Next we will consider the bandwidth. The bandwidth, signal bandwidth, is an important characteristic of any modulation scheme. In general, a narrow bandwidth is desired. The bandwidth is calculated by bandwidth is 2 FM. How will you get it? Because there is FC plus FM and another is FC minus FM. So the total bandwidth is 2 FM. Next. This is the power relation.